This is the Royal Observatory, Greenwich, a point of reference for time all over the world, popularly known as GMT. And as we all know, time and tide waits for no man. And time is the most precious commodity that is given to us. And who controls time controls life. And coming to the next episode of London Uncovered in a new dimension. And last time we spoke about what is the meaning of life. And now we are going to talk about our dreams, our visions, our aspirations. For everybody in this life has a dream, has an aspiration. And like the Beatles said, imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people live for today. You can say, I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. I know I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. So now we move on and ask people, what are their dreams? What are their aspirations? And how do they see life? How do they see the world? And if all the money in the world were given to them, all the time were given to them, and there were no restrictions, no obstacles, what would they dream of? As we are moving on to a new dimension of London Uncovered, we are coming to a very special person, a very old and honorable part of the family, and he's none other than Delhi. Good morning, Delhi.
Good morning, Sanjay.
Tell me, what has been your dream?
My dream is to be a successful barrister in my private life, and because I studied law in the university, and I want to bring it to reality and to a greater height.
Tell us, what would you do if money was no constraint, resources were no constraint?
Yeah, I will. If money was no constraint, I will invest it in people's life. Because I want to see people. I want to see positivity in the life of people, transforming people to be a better person in the society.
What is your dream for a global, peaceful world?
My dream for a global, peaceful world is to see a world without no crime. Is to see a world where people come together to be a better person, to help, to live peacefully, and to make the community a very successful and happy environment to live in.
Delhi, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sanjay.
as we are getting closer to London Uncovered in a new dimension, we are talking about living the dreams. And today we have a very special person, a very, very special person who's going to tell us about his dreams. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
Tell us, what has been your greatest dream?
My greatest dream would be my children, I suppose. That's everybody's biggest dream, with their kids, the welfare of my children, and I hope they grow up to be healthy, educated, and respectable people.
Tell us, if money was no constraint, time was no constraint, resources were no constraint, what would you do?
Okay, that's a good question. If money was no restraints and I had the opportunity to do what I wanted, I suppose I would secure the future of my family, so they're comfortable for the rest of their lives and their offsprings and so forth, the future generations, really. And maybe, I think probably as humans we're a little bit materialistic, and I'm sure I'd enjoy life as best I could with it.
David, tell us, what would be your ultimate dream for the world?
Okay, so the ultimate dream for the world, that's a good question, because I'm sure everybody would want world peace. But I think it would be more realistic if there was world unity, an understanding of different cultures, countries, and working together, understanding that a difference of opinion is acceptable and you can grow through differences. And education, we have to understand that I'd like it if the world understood how to proceed through any problems or anything that occurs. It's hard to explain, but an understanding for your fellow human, I suppose, and how to proceed throughout life as best possible.
David, your words have just touched my heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Continuing with the series, Living the Dream, we are moving on to a very special person. And this person is loved by everyone. We call him the Fast and the Furious. And he's none other than Bootsy. Good evening, Bootsy.
Oh, did you know it's me? What can I do for you?
Tell us, what has been your greatest dream?
I'm living the dream, Sands, living it. I'm a train driver.
Tell us, what would you do if time, money, and resources were no constraint?
Oh, retire. I've worked every blooming day since I was about 9 years old. I'm knackered.
What would be your greatest dream for the world?
Just for everybody to get on. We're all the same, nobody's different. Just culture, countries, weather. Everybody should just get on.
Thanks, Bootsy.
You're welcome.
Just short and sweet. Thank you very much. as we are moving on to another exciting time. And we are talking about making the dreams come true. We are back with Pastor Philip. Good evening, Pastor Philip.
Good evening, Sanjay.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Tell us, what has been your greatest dream?
Actually, when I was growing up as a child, I actually experienced a lot of poverty around me. So it has always been my dream that when I get a job anytime, or even if I don't have anything, I'll always want to help the poor. That is one of my greatest dreams, always to help the needy.
Tell us, Pastor Philip, if time, money, and resources was no criteria, what would you do?
Well, I'll live my life in peace, helping others, and I know everything that will bring joy to me, actually. Money is not everything, but when you live your life with all the possibilities, not comparing yourself to anybody, not addicted to too much telephone and television, and helping those in need, and making sure that your presence is felt wherever you are, with smiles and word of encouragement. I think it's the best thing to live for in this life.
What would be your ultimate dream for the world?
Oh, to live in peace, to help the needy. Actually, the world is moving as if everybody is grabbing left, right, and center. There is no stopping for those who are struggling. People tend to look down upon people who have not made it. But hey, we have to slow down and look back and see those who are falling apart, if we can actually help them also to stand on their legs.
Pastor Philip, your words always bring joy to our hearts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And now, we are getting back once again to our superstar, and he's none other than Chris. And let's see what Chris has to say about these three intriguing questions. Morning, Chris.
Morning.
Tell us, what has been your greatest dream?
My greatest dream, probably just to try and get through life and be happy, really. That's about it. I'm not exactly a fussy man who needs and wants things, but yeah, just trying to get through, be happy, and live the ones you love, basically.
What if money was no restrained, time was no restrained, and resources were no restrained? What would you do?
I'm a great lover of football. I would like to get into sort of coaching and everything like that. I've got my coaching badge level 1. I'd probably like to sort of move that on to, sort of levels 2 and 3. Love teaching kids football and everything like that. That would probably be one of my dream jobs, definitely.
Tell me, Chris, with the situation around the world, what would be your greatest dream for the world?
Probably just to get out of this alive, hopefully. Loved ones have died. Really sort of close family members have died during this pandemic, and to just sort of get out the other side and have a better world after this. The world is going to be completely different. There's things that we're going to have to change on a daily and weekly basis, but just to get out the other side and get back to normal, really, as much as we can.
Thanks, Chris.
No worries.
As always.
Thank you very much.
You're amazing. As we are back once again and coming to one very special person who's going to talk about our dreams. And yes, we started this program with Beatles when they talked about Imagine, when they talked about their dreams and the dreams of the world. And today we are going to talk to someone very special who from the age of 10 has been and still is the fan of Beatles. He's known to all, sought by many, and of course, the whole world loves him. He's none other than a very special Alan. Good morning, Alan.
Morning, Sajak.
Tell us, what dream did you have in your life?
Well, when I first heard the Beatles music, as you said, at the age of 10, we were inspired to form a group and cover some of their songs. There have been famous dates in history, but the one that stands out for me would be the 6th of June 1957, when John Lennon first met Paul McCartney at St Peter's Church, walked to Liverpool, and there a beautiful legacy and a global phenomenon that will never be equalled was born.
Tell me, if money was no constraint, time was no constraint, obstacles were no constraint, what dream would you fulfill?
Oh my goodness. I would move straight to Liverpool and take up residence in the Hard Day's Night Hotel and just immerse myself in the Beatles culture, the Beatles story, the magical mystery tour that takes place 4 times a day around the city, and it will be everything Beatles.
Tell me, Alan, if you had to dream for the whole world, what your dream would be?
My dream would be to have a Beatles radio station, because of any other group, even people I know who don't like the Beatles, they always say, I know that there's one song I do like. There's no other group that people can say that about of all.
Alan, what message would you give to the whole world at this point of time?
I would say, you say yes, I say no, you say stop, I say go. To me, the perfect pop song, Hello, Goodbye, the Beatles.
Alan, you are a genius. As we come to the end of this episode, of living the dream. And we have heard what dreams people have and what they dream about the whole world and what would they have done when money was no obstacle, time was no obstacle, and resources were no obstacle. And we have realized one thing listening to people, that the only way we can achieve our dreams by being control of our life. And like one poet puts it, you are the driver of your destiny, passenger of none, in control and looking forward of things that must be done. And which is how we start and continue our dream.